think that's a Heathrow Express whizzing through. Good morning. It's just after 5 AM. I'm at West Ealing Station in West London, here to ride a particular train which I've been on a couple of times before, but today, Saturday, 31st of January, the last day of January in 2026, GWR are bringing their battery train into service on the Greenford branch.
So this is the Class 230, an old D-stock from the London Underground District Line, which via a company called Viva Rail has had a new lease of life. And GWR have got this unit running exclusively on fast charge battery technology, which they've been trialling for the last 2 years. For more technical details, go back and watch the whole documentary I made with them last year talking about the trial, as we travelled on the train to some rare pieces of track along the new North Main Line. And then, in August of 2025, the unit also travelled all the way to Oxford and back, setting a new world record for the furthest distance ever travelled by a battery train. But this morning, it's in passenger service for the first time. So instead of the normal 2-car diesel unit, which you'd normally get on this line, the 3-car battery train pulls in instead to travel up and down the Greenford branch all day.
Unusually, it's not come in on the bay platform here, which is where the charging mechanism is. There's mine. It's coming on platform 4. I think that's just because it's the first train of the day. I think throughout the day it will come in and out of the bay platform here at West Ealing. So it has to, because that's where it gets its battery charge. There's several people here, which is great to see. We're going to ride the train in 3 minutes' time.
The train operates on the Greenford branch. That's a 12-minute journey between West Ealing up to Greenford, where it stands for a few moments and then returns back down to West Ealing. And its 3-minute stand at West Ealing is where the batteries are recharged each trip. It's worth noting, by the way, that the battery train is starting by running on Saturdays only at the moment. A regular diesel train runs on the Monday to Friday service, and there's no service at all on this branch on a Sunday.
The train is technically still in the platform. The platform is there. The platform interface is still there as we're leaving West Ealing, and it says we're approaching Drayton Green. So we've not even left West Ealing before we get to Drayton Green. I think these carriage maps. I'm pretty sure there's new posters and things up in the carriage since I was last on board for the world record attempt. Okay. You can't really see much because it's dark.
Now, the 3 intermediate stops, Drayton Green, Castle Bar Park and South Greenford, all feature in the top 10 of least used railway stations in London, but I wanted to look out at every stop to see if anybody was getting on. And perhaps being distracted by some feeding of treats to this splendid dog, I forgot that the front doors on the train don't actually open.
Oh, does this door not open? No. Oh, it's standing by a door?
This door doesn't open.
I'm just worked out. Just going to pretend that this door has opened. Why doesn't the front door open? Having done a couple of videos about the battery train, there's a thing I didn't realise. I've learned something. This front door doesn't, as the sticker says, it doesn't open. Okay, I was going to lean out and be like, there's Castle Bar Park, the most used station on the Greenford branch. But, okay. Stand at a different door, Geoff.
We carry on and we do get to Greenford. Now, the platform for the Greenford shuttle is an unusual arrangement if you've never been. It's a single track with the doors only open on one side, as it's sandwiched between the 2 platforms for the Central Line westbound and eastbound, meaning that you can get a shot here of a Central Line train alongside a former D-stock District Line train.
It's dark, it's cold, but there's a lot of people here excited about this train.
And I do think it's quite brilliant to see so many people come out early on and be enthusiastic at the launch of a new project.
I love it.
The branch from West Ealing to Greenford is 5 miles long, but in other tests the train has run over 18 miles on a single charge, which demonstrates the potential to convert other branch lines to use this technology. And GWR definitely has several branch lines which could be suited to battery electric trains.
We're about to leave, but you may remember John. Was it John or Jonathan? John.
Either will do.
From when we read the line before and did the world record video. And I was impressed because they've got an app on their phone. The app is out, John, so you can give us a live update. Was it on?
74.8%.
But it will get a little top up when we get to West Ealing in a moment, right?
It will get a long top at West Ealing. We've got 25 minutes, and then the rest of the day we'll have 4-minute top ups every half an hour until 10:30 in the evening.
Yeah, that Central Line train was really noisy all over you, so that's all right. Okay, right, but 74%. 74%.
Indeed.
This is a Great Western Railway service to West Ealing.
The interior of the train is very clean, white and bright, with purple seats, I note, not GWR coloured green ones as you might expect. There's a toilet, an accessible area, and note that it's 3 carriages long, whereas the diesel turbos that normally run along here are only 2 cars long. And yes, there's that familiar noise of the single leaf doors opening and closing, just like they used to on the District Line.
This is West Ealing, the final stop on our journey.
And back at West Ealing, I talked to Julian about the battery technology. Julian's here. We've spoken before. We was on the World Record Night. We had a chat. I feel like though I've still got some technical battery questions for you. The one thing that I never picked up on in my previous video was the fact that when we're now in the bay platform on West Ealing, but it doesn't charge off the grid, does it? It charges off that little, what's that box over there?
The fast charge battery banks, we call them.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason, I failed to mention that in our previous video, so now's the time to mention it. So
okay.
How does it work?
Well, there's one battery bank per end of the train. So there's two big grey shipping containers on the track side. Each of those are half full of batteries, and they charge from the grid continuously. It's just a trickle charge from the grid. It's really quite a small supply.
And the reason you do that is to stop the train pulling power directly from the grid.
That is exactly why. Yeah.
What's the technical reason for that? Is it not wise to pull directly from the grid?
Yeah, because it's such a big slug of power that we're pulling that actually it's not nice for the grid, because you put a massive demand on and then it's gone again.
Okay.
I mean, it's probably the worst you could have. Like 3 minutes is horrible for the grid to deal with, whereas a steady trickle of demand is very nice for the grid because you've got, whatever your power source is, just being able to deal with a constant demand.
So that takes a trickle charge from the grid all day, and then the train comes in, the train then pulls the power just for the 3 minutes.
Precisely.
Well, at the moment it's about 20 minutes, isn't it? So
yes,
I should find John in a minute and see what the batteries are. Okay, so that's how that charging works at this end. Okay. So those trackside batteries, lithium iron phosphate, have done its job in 3 minutes, and the train is ready to set off again. Remember, it's just a 12-minute journey from end to end with that 3-minute charge time at West Ealing, meaning that just this one unit can serve the line and provide a half-hourly service at all the stations throughout the day. And even though West Ealing is a TfL managed station with primarily Elizabeth line services, the staff were very much aware of the significance of today and made sure to write a special notice on the board in the ticketing area.
Very nice, thank you.
Not wanting to have this entire video shot in the dark, I went away for a while and grabbed some breakfast. And then, when I came back in daylight hours, I found that it was even more popular, with loads more people having come out to see and ride and experience the battery train. On board, I noticed that John was still monitoring the battery level on his phone, whilst his phone was plugged in to the battery train, charging up.
John,
Hello.
you've got your phone plugged in.
I have.
All I want to know is, if like 100 people all plug their phones in simultaneously,
Yeah.
how much does that drain the battery? Or is it like minimal?
It's very small.
Okay.
Heating is the main thing that...
Heating?
Yeah.
Is there air conditioning on?
There is air conditioning.
So that will drain the battery more than people's...
Yeah, it would do. This morning we're using a lot of energy, and we're now using about 20% less because the train's full of people and it's warming itself up, so...
Well, let's say,
makes a big difference.
have you done a head count? How many people now? Because the thought is
Quite a
that
lot, yeah.
the heavier the train is, the more power is used, right?
The more power is used to accelerate, but then when you brake you get more power back because your train's heavier, so actually it balances out with...
But you can go ahead and plug your phone in all day long. That won't drain the battery.
Yeah.
Okay. Roger's made the joke, like, you could have some kind of app or reverse thing where you could maybe use everyone's phone battery to charge the train.
You would need a lot of phones. You can work out how many.
Thousands of phones with that.
And then I caught up with John Carter, basically just to say, well, what next? Where else might we see this battery technology? And I have but one question.
Go.
Presumably you're going to monitor this and like see how it goes and assess its performance.
Absolutely.
And there to the question is, well, where else might you use battery technology? And it might not be this unit. You might have put it on other trains. How's that going to work looking into the future?
I think the key, we're introducing this on Saturdays only to begin with, and we'll closely monitor the performance of the train, and we'll use that for insight, and we'll use that going forward for our conversations with the Department for Transport and other train operators as we seek to find answers for going forward and replacing all of our old diesel stock, which I think is the key to all of this. And I think during the project, during the trial, the team have been able to look at the performance of the train and work out, okay, well, if we were to introduce this on other branch lines, where would we need to put charging points, etc, etc, etc.
It wouldn't necessarily be one of these old Viva Rail D-stock trains. It wouldn't be a 230. It could be.
No.
You couldn't put the battery technology onto a 165 turbo, could you? Because it could convert it from diesel to battery.
That's the potential. I think you need to discount the train for now. It's all about the fast charge technology. That's always been the name of the game for this trial. So ignore the Class 230. This could be used on other trains going forward, and I think that's all part of the the thinking and where we go.
I get some shots of the train from the footbridge by West Ealing Station, just because it kind of looks cool. And then head back for one more ride again, all under battery power of course, back up to Greenford.
So thanks for watching, thanks to everyone at GWR this morning. If you want to come and ride the battery train, Saturdays only at the moment, but of course it could be expanded to 6 days a week, see how it goes, but come down to either Greenford or West Ealing to ride GWR's battery train. Thanks very much, thanks for watching, see you in the next video.